I about peed my pants in the car laughing.
Why are we talking about Christmas? It's supposed to be a Halloween week. Come on, slow down.
No one cares.
Let's enjoy Halloween. Halloween's fun.
I am. You know the last time I really got ratchet on Halloween? I heard the wings flapping. It sounded like bats in there. You're possessed.
Where was I? Wife approved or not? Now.
You don't shop for Christmas presents, don't tell me. The worst hangover I've had in my entire life.
You're too busy drinking wine and getting hammered to notice.
We were outside trying to find some trouble on a cigarette. Quit being so boring and grouchy.
Welcome to the Wife Approved podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm Caroline.
Let's go. How are you doing, Miss Caroline?
Okay. How are you doing? Have your muscles recovered?
Yeah. I think so.
You were a little worried there last night, I think.
Are we getting old?
You say we're not old every time I say that.
You keep saying we're getting old.
We are. I'd say you're there. You know, I got a couple more years, but
dang,
starting to get everything's starting to get achy and tight.
I don't know. This week I was kind of struggling a little bit. So, we put together this trampoline yesterday, and of course, you guys had to. You know, we ordered a new trampoline for our daughter.
For her birthday.
Yeah, she's turning 15, and I thought, by the time she's in high school, we won't have to worry about trampolines no more. But no, she's doing this cheer thing, and she needs one for practice. And not just that, but she has to get this massive, we had to get the massive, huge one so she can do like 2 flips on it
in a row.
Something.
Yeah. It doesn't look that big to me.
It's taken up half of our yard.
It's not half our yard. You're so dramatic. It's like a third of the yard, but I really thought it was going to be bigger. Our other one was 15 foot wide, so it's really only 3 more feet.
It seems huge.
She's committed.
Yeah.
Kind of proud of her.
I know.
Honestly.
I want to support her and all that stuff, but it was quite the undertaking to put, not only because I had to put that together, but I had to disassemble the other one and get rid of that, dispose that. So I did this morning. Thankfully I went ahead and loaded all the parts up to the truck, and oh my gosh, there was 3 massive boxes for the new one, just so heavy.
We were out there all day.
Yeah, well, I was out there all morning, and then you came
at 3.
Was it 3?
It was 3, and I think we got in at 8.
We only started putting together the new one at 3.
3:30.
The all morning was taking apart the old one, and
they said it's a 2-hour job. They are liars.
Bullshit.
That was not no 2-hour job.
Yeah, I had to bring all the stuff to the backyard too, which was I just had to unbox everything in the garage and then just pull it all back there one by one.
I told you this morning.
I needed one of those Yarbo things. Have you seen those? That you can a little robot. It's that would have been cool just to load it all up and just have the thing follow me back there. Yeah, I didn't have one of those, so I had to pull it all back. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel old, but I do. My body, so I feel great mentally, but my body this week is bro, what the fuck are you doing?
You're trying to do too much.
Chill out, dude. Yeah. Between the trampoline, all those springs, I think, but I was already kind of struggling because we talked about this a little bit last week, but I started doing jiu-jitsu, which is new for me. I've done other types of martial arts and self-defense training and stuff like that in the past, but jiu-jitsu is something specific. I think it's more taxing, I feel like, on the body. And then on top of that, just my regular workouts that I'm kind of used to doing. But I know I came home, I've trained a couple times this week, and then I came home on the last one and I was just beat. And that was before putting together the trampoline. And I was, you were sawing
logs last night, by the way. You were sleeping instantly, snoring in my ear.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was exhausted. My body, like I said, mentally I feel great. My body was just dude, what are you doing? And it's funny too, because with this jiu-jitsu stuff, it's all these young guys, right? Mostly young cats.
They're probably making fun of you.
They're in their early 20s or whatever, most of them, right? There's 1 or 2 older guys, but mostly in their early 20s. And first of all, they didn't know I was 40. So
Oh my God. Of course they didn't.
So that's good.
They're probably lying to you anyway.
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I don't know how it came up. So I was talking to one or two of them, and they were like, I can't remember how age came up somehow. Oh, I think one of them said he goes to college, goes to USC. I was like, oh, yeah, I went there. You know, that's where I graduated from like a lifetime ago. And I think that's how the age came up. And like I said, they were kind of surprised I was 40, it sounded like. Anyways, maybe they were blowing smoke up my ass, I don't know. But I was like, yeah, I'm in good shape, but this like jiu-jitsu stuff, man, it's taxing. Like I'm just trying to survive and not like hurt myself too bad as my body's getting used to all these like new movements and stuff. Cause it's a lot of, I keep like tweaking muscles and like pulling things and stuff. And it's funny because it's like one of the guys was like, he's probably like 21, 22. He was like, yeah, you know, I mean, just take a day or two off, you know? And I was like, bro, like, I hate to be that guy, like that old guy that's like, oh, when you get older, everything changes, you know? I always hated that because like, I think, you know, you take care of yourself, whatever, you're fine. But I'm kind of turning into that because I was like, bro, like, it ain't like, I get it, like, it ain't 2 days. Like when you're 21, you can recover for some pulled muscles and stuff in a day or two. I was like, if I hurt myself in here, I'm gonna need like 2 weeks, you know, it's just different. It's just different. And so that's been my main goal this week is just not to hurt myself so bad that I'm like out of commission for a week or two. But it's been going good. But that trampoline was a beast. I'm so glad that's over.
Yeah. I woke up with like, I told you this morning, I had like, this is so gross, but I don't care. I woke up with like booger nose. Like I could barely breathe out of it.
That is gross.
I mean, I didn't struggle sleeping, but it was like, this is so nasty, but I don't give a, you know what? It was like sticky boogers, like filled up my whole nose.
God, that's disgusting.
It was bad. It is disgusting, but I mean, and it was like blood, and you know, I guess it was from all the like dust and grass,
all the dirt. Yeah, and I was out there all morning pulling out the old one, and you know, I got bad allergies too, so it kind of messed me up also. But like the trampoline just kills all the grass underneath, you know, so we're just out there and dirt's flying around, and yeah, when she got home.
Aren't you so happy I helped you though? Well, your wife came in clutch.
I do appreciate you guys helping me. And then
you guys, she sewed it.
She came home she was at practice and stuff, and she came home later and she helped like put up the net and stuff because we were done with all the major parts. But yeah, I would not have been able to, just because you need somebody to hold up certain parts, like to put the frame together. It's so big. But I think all those springs, man, pulling those springs in, and I don't know, I sound kind of like a punk right now, but I think just because my body was already like, dude, enough, you know.
I just want to know what the neighbors thought here and all the sounds you were making when you were pulling those springs, like if they couldn't see in our fence, all the noises. Yeah, it was intense, babe.
Well, you know, I still got it. It's like the old, is it Toby Keith song? I ain't as good as I once was. That's how I feel. But I'm as good once as I ever was. I got one good go in me, but after that, I might need a couple weeks to recover.
This country song references are killing me. I am tired, though, from that. And then I have like
From that, I did all the heavy lifting.
Babe. I was out there for hours doing all kinds of stuff, helping you ram the pieces together, and I was like coming in clutch. What are you talking about? I was doing all kinds of stuff. I sewed the whole thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I threaded 2
hours. Who's putting that thing together in 2 hours?
That is a lie. I mean, straight up. And it said with 2 people, it was 2 hours a lie. I mean, I guess I'm not a dude, so I wasn't like helping you drill stuff, maybe, but
yeah,
that was just a total lie. But Macy's birthday is Sunday, and so she has a competition Saturday. So today, of course, we record early, and I have a zillion things to do for her birthday party. Like, not party. She's having a couple girls sleep over. She kind of already did a party with like all of her friends. Anyway, I have like a zillion things to do to get ready for that. And then I have like a 4 or 5 a.m. wake up call because she has a competition in Rock Hill. One of her last ones, and that is the last time we drove to Rock Hill is when we got in that really bad car wreck.
Oh God, I
And
know.
so I mean, you know, like the interstate is super sketch, period. You know, I don't think we'll ever fully be the same. Like I truly hate driving on the interstate, especially passenger. Because when, you know, that wreck happened, like I had no control.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you didn't either, right? We couldn't control that guy, but, the interstate's like super scary anyway now, but we're going to be like traveling the same path. It makes me like super nervous.
Yeah. So you think the like PTSD from car accidents is a legit thing?
That's real.
Huh?
I mean,
Yeah.
well, you can say it too. I mean, I remember the week we got in a wreck, I think I almost like a truck came and almost hit me head on Bar Road, and it just scared me like insane. I think we were in the truck together a separate time on Bar Road shortly after. Remember we had to like go off into the ditch and around, you know, because like someone like pulled out in front of us like crazy. That is real. Especially when you get in a wreck. You know, we were going 70 miles an hour on the interstate. You know, we were just really lucky. That's all I can say. That was horrifying, expecting, you know, the rear end collisions to come from that. So I think we were just like really lucky. But we're going to that same place. So
yeah,
it's going to be, tensions are going to be high, but I'm excited for Macy. I think this is like her last one out of town. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It does kind of suck that we have to go back there.
At least we're not having to drive to BHP again out in the middle of nowhere over 2 hours away. It is at least like an hour. It's supposed to be an hour 20 with no traffic.
BHP?
Belton Honey Path. That's where we went.
Yeah. I remember speaking about the accident, I remember like not long after we had that accident. So for those that don't know, it was almost 2 years ago.
2023.
Like, yeah, to the day almost. We got in my truck was totaled. It was not our fault. And it was just really scary. We're going, you know, pretty fast on the interstate as you would on the interstate. Yeah, me, her, and Macy was in the car. I broke a couple bones. Your back was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I have a tear in my back. You have a tear in your shoulder. Like broken bones, dislocated fingers, torn tendons. I mean,
yeah,
we'll never be the same. My back hurts so bad like every day. And I need more injections and, you know, but it's just, I'm like pumping all those chemicals in my body.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my hand still bothers me. So I broke my hand in a couple spots and my wrist.
Yeah.
Well, my hand too. There were fractures in my hand. Mm-hmm. And actually my thumb dislocated so bad. I think that's really what's bothering. Yeah. I mean, I do have like arthritis, so I do sound like an old fuck now.
Well, that's from the injury though.
Yeah, but he said my hand, like this was a year ago, you know, the doctor was like, you know, your hand is pretty much eaten up with arthritis.
And it's your right hand. Like that's your dominant hand. It's a big deal.
So I try to like stretch it out and stuff. But yeah, I remember driving I think I went to Charleston. It was just me driving to Charleston. I saw my grandpa. I think I went down there for a trip or something, like not long after that accident. And I do remember like, especially then, it's gotten a little bit better, but I'm still more anxious on the interstate after that. When you crash going that fast and total your truck and, you know, it was kind of crazy. It does still mess with me, but I remember going to Charleston, which is not the best drive from here.
No.
It's like 2 lanes. There was
lots of trucks,
basically stop and go traffic, like not all the way stop, but you're going like 70 miles down to 40 miles off and on the whole time on the interstate. That
stressed me out.
And because of the nature of our accident, the way it happened on the interstate like that, every time I was seeing like brake lights and having to slow down,
it's awful.
I was like panicking. I got there and I was like, I told my grandpa, that was the most stressful drive I think I've ever taken. I felt like I needed a Xanax or something.
Well, and it's because you're just watching all the idiots. Like it has, like you just have no control and you're going so fast. And I mean, it just happens in like a second.
Yeah.
You know, your whole life flashing before your eyes. I think, you know,
it was a scary one for sure.
Yeah. I just remember I was just bracing for airbags. I think I was saying that out loud. I think I had a hand here and I shouldn't have because it felt like we were about to start flipping, you know?
Yeah.
But I had my hand, I remember I was just trying to lean as far back from the airbag as I could and just like holding on for dear life. Yeah. And I think I was saying airbag, because I wanted you to know that it was coming.
I couldn't even think about airbags.
But I just remember I prayed. I remember in my head because I was texting our friends. We have some other good friends who lost a child he was hit by a car, without going into further details. Our son's best friend, very good friends of ours. We love them so much. But we had just been to his funeral that month.
That week? It was like that week?
That week, yeah. We had just been that week because, again, it was on Macy's birthday, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I was messaging them something, I think about a dream I had about Hudson. Can't remember what I was doing, but I had Hudson. There were bracelets given out at his funeral, and I was wearing it. And then I was in the middle of, or I had just gotten a message for them and read it. And I think I either was thinking about what I was going to say or whatever when all this went down. Just like I just received a message, like trying to gather my thoughts. And when I was like preparing, for impact, basically in my head, I remember I was like asking God, like, really? I remember I was saying for real, like in my head, it wasn't out loud, but I was like, this is how I'm going to go because, Malia, car wreck.
Yeah.
Hudson run over, hit by a car, and I'm sitting here like thinking like my daughter's in the car, like this is it. Like this is how that's what I was thinking. I mean, I was feeling that truck shift and lift in the back. And we're on the interstate, and I didn't even look back because I didn't want to. Mm-hmm. I'm looking over the edge because at the embankment, I was like, okay, we're either going off over there, over this rail, because we were like grinding it. Anyway, I don't want to go into too much detail, but super
all I was
scary.
Thinking was just keep this thing under control. Like,
yeah, it was.
Don't,
It was wild. Just be careful. Anyway, I have like super PTSD on the interstate. I don't like driving in general, but especially on the interstate, either with myself or passengers, pretty bad. So anyway, we're going to be fine. I'm going to speak positive words, but we have not been back there since. We didn't go to Fort Mill.
We didn't go last year?
We didn't go to Fort Mill last year. And shout out to, like, I don't think I've ever talked about this to her or, really to anyone but you, maybe. But, I had a friend, actually a coworker that I work with that came in clutch.
Oh, yeah, she did. That's right.
Kelly, if you're watching, this is, that really meant a lot. And I don't know if I've ever shared that with her because I get to work and get distracted, but she was with us at that competition. And she
wasn't even with us. She was just there.
She was there with her daughter.
That's something right. On a different team.
Yeah. And, of course we had no way home. We were stuck up there. We had some other friends come pick us up and they know who they are. So obviously that means a lot too. But Macy, remember, had a dance that night she wanted to get back to. And, we had a zillion people messaging us being like, how can we help? And she came through. She was home in Lexington. So she was already home. She was like, I'm coming. I was like, no, you're not. You're home. I'll call somebody else. Like, it's fine, and she showed up, got there so fast. I don't know how, but she had just pulled in her driveway. She turned around. I told her my phone was dying. She came with phone chargers, drinks, snacks. I can't even remember what else, like a bag full of stuff. And she grabbed Macy. And she said that Macy, was just so exhausted, from crying. I mean, it scared her to death, in the car especially too. But she said Macy just like was dozing and then she'd like wake up, like scared or whatever. And she got Macy to the house and got her where she needed to go. And that really meant a lot. I mean, we were, hour and a half away from town.
I remember being laid up in the hospital, half doped up on fentanyl or whatever it is they gave me. Got my thumbs all dislocated and all this stuff hanging in the thing, trying to fix my. Then Macy's over there talking about, am I going to make it to the dance?
You were so mad. Anyway, enough of that.
But it could have been a lot worse.
Let me tell you what I'm doing. Today I've got to get like decorations. Macy wants the house decorated for a little sleepover and I've got to arrange food. I'm going to get pizza. So if y'all don't know, there's like a huge trend going around with the kids and they say like 6, 7.
So fucking stupid.
Okay. So 6, 7's like, maybe, or like, it's okay. Or, Google it. But if you hear kids saying 6, 7, it's like a trend or whatever. And so I'm going to get them a pizza, like a big pepperoni pizza. And I'm going to ask the place to put it and like put a 6, 7 on it.
Have you seen the,
she's going to trip out.
Have you seen the reels where the parents are like, oh, my kid's doing 6, 7. I'm going to show them about my day or something. And then And they slide in with 369,
No.
old Yin Yang Twins.
No.
You used to love that song
I did.
too.
I did like that song. No, I've seen the 1738. That was that was the random number or whatever that people used to sing, I don't even know, 15 years ago. It's Fetty Wap, because he said it for no reason. He was like, 1738. And then he's like, that was that, I said, what's up, hello. Mm-hmm.
I was never a Fetty Wap fan.
Okay, well, that song was everywhere. It was like super catchy. So that was what we did. Anyway, she's gonna think it's funny. I like to mess with them when I can,
Yeah. Yeah,
I mess with them all the time.
They'll probably like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is Halloween week too. Like I wanted to start the podcast with some Halloween mask or whatever. You said that was stupid. So
it is very stupid. We're not 12.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about Halloween some more, I think, in a minute. But first, we got a 5-star review I want to share real quick. So if you want to leave a review, we would greatly appreciate that. If you enjoy this podcast, listening to our rambling. We got some hot takes also we're going to get to here in a minute, talk some more about Halloween and holidays. But this one comes from Polkster13, also known as Frederick, who's I know has been following the YouTube channel for a long time. And I feel like I need to read this in like one of those movie voices, because I was reading through this. Oh, this sounds like a, I don't know, like a narrator in a commercial or something. But it says the raw, unfiltered, real life exploits of a husband and wife living in a smart home. Shane, the husband, has quit his day job to be an online content creator and has a mass following on YouTube. I like that.
I can't take you seriously right now. Why are you reading it
I don't
like
know.
that?
I'm just picturing this. Listen, it gets better. Listen in to how his wife supports and puts up with him in his pursuit of a perfect smart home. Will he ever get those smart automations in the master bedroom working before his wife smothers him with a pillow?
Probably not.
Or will she learn to love them?
No.
Better than any TV soap opera, as it is a glimpse into the real lives of Shane and Caroline. Stay tuned to see what happens next.
I can't with you. I don't even want to know what
right,
my face looked like. I don't know what my face looked like while you're reading this.
I just picture that voice. Like I need the deep voice. I need a VJ voice. Our friend,
we should have had
I should
VJ
have him
read it.
Our friend VJ has like the best voice. I've been trying to get him to do like voiceover work forever. Because literally every time you go anywhere with this guy, I'm going like totally off here on this, but every time you go anywhere with this guy, somebody's like, "Oh my God, I love your voice. Your voice is so good. Do you do radio or do you do voiceover?" Every freaking time
it
we
really
go out.
gets the older ladies going, if you know
Everybody,
what I mean.
Even dudes are like, "Dude, your voice is like he's just got this super."
Yeah,
low.
but I'm damn near uncomfortable with the older women in our lives when they get around him. It's almost like gag me, I'm like, you're enjoying this stuff way too, like, I feel like I need to walk away,
Yeah. Them old cougars be getting after him. All right, Continuing on. I'll stop the voice. I am hooked and you will be too, as we all come along for the ride and listen to their zany banter. I always get a good belly laugh or 3 with this couple. I approve the Wife Approved podcast. It has easily become my favorite pastime of the week.
Aww.
Man, thank you so much, Frederick. We appreciate that 5-star review and just appreciate the support too from the YouTube channel and everything over the years. So it's really cool to see some people who have been following the YouTube channel also enjoy some of this stuff. Definitely a whole other side.
Totally different
from the tech and everything, but we appreciate you following us and sticking with us. And if you want to leave a 5-star review, you can do that over on Apple Podcasts. We greatly appreciate that, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, you can drop us a question for us to answer in an upcoming podcast. You can DM the Wife Approved podcast Instagram account. You can just DM us a question there, or we have a spot on our website, which I'll put a link in the show notes, where you can submit a question anonymously. So you can ask anything and not worry about anybody knowing it's you.
It could also be a hot take.
Yeah, hot takes and stuff for us to address, which I think will be fun. And speaking of hot takes, we got some stuff I want to get to here. But first, quick word from our sponsor, Akara. Thank you, Akara, for sponsoring yet another podcast. Akara is one of my favorite smart home brands. They make everything from locks to cameras, sensors. They are definitely my go-to pretty much for like all my smart home sensors. I got them on the doors. I got them, windows. I mean, I've got them all over. I've got a sensor on my grill. I put these things everywhere. Their water sensors are great. Doorbell cameras. I just set up one for our neighbor down the street, did a whole like security system for her. And you can change the ringtone that plays like the chime inside.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's the one. That's the one I did for her. I actually set that up like at least a month ago, and I was just showing her. I was like, yeah, you can do all these like custom ringtones and stuff with it. And I was like, I showed her some that I had already created and saved. And one was the Addams Family. And she's like, oh my God. I was like, it's not even Halloween yet, or not even close. And she was like, no, just set it. I love it. So now it actually fits. I'm curious to see if she'll keep it that all year long. But yeah, Akara, you can do cool stuff, lots of automations, and just great products there. So check them out. Again, links in the show notes down below. So with Halloween coming up, I'm happy that it is on a Friday this year.
Yes.
That's always a little bit better. Are you just like waiting for Christmas to come?
Yeah.
You don't even care about it?
I don't care. You know, I really did and do enjoy the thought of like having a Halloween party. Like, I love all of it. You remember like Macy's first birthday? I had all the Halloween like food, like weird looking fingers.
Yeah.
Like I did all the like, you know, I would love to do like get a big skeleton and do like a charcuterie inside the skeleton and just have like all of our friends over, like a huge like party. But then I think about when I get tired, I want everybody to go home. You know what I mean? We were talking about this week, it's very hard for me to have a good time at my house. Because, and it's actually not just my house. My house is worse, but at someone's house, especially if I'm like really good friends with them and I'm comfortable at their house, because I want to go night about 9:00. I need to be out. Yeah. I need to be seeing people. I need music. I need like entertainment. If I'm just sitting at your house drinking beer, like it's very easy. I just start yawning, and usually my friends are like, no. What do you need to drink? And I do that when I'm out too, because we're just so busy, and I just have to drink like something with like caffeine in it, or like be out.
Well, I think you've gotten to the point, well, you've been this way for quite a while,
forever.
But I think you don't really like to drink a whole lot. And, when you have a lot of friends, like most of our friends drink alcohol and stuff. So whether you're hanging out at a home or going out, a lot of people will just drink and just kind of the sake of just drinking more. And that's kind of like the activity. But if you don't really like drinking a lot and you're not, just putting them back, it's easy to kind of get bored. Well, I've gotten more like that over the last few years.
And just beer makes you sleepy anyway, right? Or I don't know, just anyway.
Yeah, it can, if you're not doing something.
So yes, Halloween's fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun when you have kids. Every holiday just means so much. It's just like so much more special or whatever. So I always enjoyed Halloween, especially when you were like doing the haunted house inside of our garage and stuff. That was always a lot of fun. But yeah, like I'm waiting for November 1st.
I'm very tempted.
I'm ready to hear Mariah Carey.
Oh, God.
You know what? November 1st through Christmas, I pretty much only listen to Christmas music, and I like the classics. I don't want no country Christmas. Don't nobody want to hear Blake Shelton or, I don't want to talk bad about Toby Keith because I think he passed on, right?
I like to mix it up a little bit.
Oh my God. Speaking of, I'm going everywhere. How about Big X the Plug has a Christmas song? Oh. I about peed my pants in the car laughing.
Well, that's not new. Like Snoop Dogg did a Christmas album.
Okay, he's 100. That doesn't count.
But this is the point.
Okay, but no one has done that in a long time is the point. Like what Snoop did it. I mean, he's like 800, like Big X the Plug.
Like, all right. No, he's older than us.
No, stop. Don't you dare. He looked really good at CES last year.
Oh God. The impersonator still got you fooled.
Look, we were all kind of like, is it? But I think he's taller, Anyway.
I was like, surely Snoop Dogg is not working at the Whatley booth or whatever. It was like some smart lock booth or something like that.
Yeah, but it was like,
It looks so much like them, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, I am just waiting for Christmas. I am really torn though. Like this year's really just pissed me off. I'm just going to be real. Like last year, my tree was red pretty much, and I loved it. And so I was like trying to think of my theme this year. I have like everything that I can make a candy tree. I did the candy tree before the candy tree was trending. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do the candy again. You know, I'm going to do candy theme. And then you shit all over that. So then it made me second guess it, right? It doesn't even feel like Christmas or whatever. And I'm like,
you wanted
great.
to turn a whole damn living room into like a bubblegum pop video.
Yeah. Anyway,
Pink
so
and-
then Macy was like, just do it. So I was like, all right, I'm doing it. I was like super confident in it. And now, and they want to wait until almost November 1st. Now the trend is like Ralph Lauren Christmas, which is like how we grew up, like the red and green plaid, like deep green and not red, like dark red and green. And it's just like so
stuff.
nostalgic. No, but you know, red and green is traditional, but this is like deep, like velvet ornaments. And I'm just in like bears, and I'm just so annoyed.
And now we're going to have like
a candy tree.
Pop bubblegum Christmas. Why are we talking about Christmas? It's supposed to be a Halloween week. Come on, slow down.
No one cares.
Let's enjoy Halloween. Halloween's fun.
I am. And you know, like, the last time I really got ratchet on Halloween, do you remember?
Yes, I do remember.
What do you
say
remember?
that. Yeah, it was like you drank a whole lot of wine.
Okay, so since he wants to stay
It was
on
probably
Halloween.
the last time it was on a Friday night or a Saturday.
Was
maybe.
it?
Yeah, I think so.
Hold on, I'm pulling out the phone. Okay, so hold on. Let's see. Y'all, I think it was it 2020?
I don't know. It was a few years back.
So it was right after
my
my diagnosis. I had a medical diagnosis. It's called interstitial cystitis. It's with my bladder. I have a bladder condition. And I was trying to, you're not supposed to have like carbonation and alcohol, soy sauce, anything acidic, coffee, basically chocolate, anything good, onions, tomato, you know what I mean? So I think I'd just gotten that diagnosis, and I think I was trying out wine. I was like, wow, that doesn't make my bladder hurt as bad, because when you have very acidic things, it makes your bladder burn like you drink gasoline.
So you just went all in.
I don't know if that's what it was. I as a handmaid.
Yeah. Yeah, you drank a lot.
From Handmaid's Tale, if you have not watched that. I was not a wine drinker. I discovered it. I thought it made my bladder hurt less. And I think I drank.
Was that the last year that we did the haunted house?
Maybe. No,
So
I don't know if we were doing the haunted house because I was riding in the golf cart. I drank 3 Tervis tumblers of red wine. Like, that's a lot. I was not a wine drinker. Clearly, I had no idea what I was doing. I called Ralph all night long. I remember I was spinning. I was laying on the cold bathroom floor. I think you held my hair at one point. It was so bad because I was throwing up like The Exorcist. It was the worst hangover I've had in my entire life from red wine.
Yeah. Well, you drink that much of anything, it might not.
Well, it really probably didn't seem like that much, If I had 3,
well, when you're used to drinking beer and stuff like that, it's.
I had no idea.
It's not the same.
I had no idea, but we were all 3 of us were supposed to be handmaids, and I ended up being the only person that wore it. I still have it.
Really?
I need to bust that thing out. Yeah, like one of my friends said she looked like Mrs. Claus. Serving cookies. I mean, I did too. I have to find a picture. Maybe we could throw it up over one of these. And then the other one didn't wear it either. I don't know why. And so I ended up, these were like custom costumes I had to have made to order. And I ended up being the only handmaid. But that was like the last time I got really ratchet on Halloween. I think that was in 2020.
I don't know. Since we've had like kids, like I've enjoyed so for years, I did a haunted garage. Basically, I converted my garage into a haunted house, kind of. Even set up like temporary walls where you could walk through. And then like Macy, when she was young, really got into it. Like she would enjoy that as much as or more than trick or treating.
Yeah.
And she would come in there and her friends would like have these little places where they could hide and jump out and scare people and all kind of stuff. So that was a lot of fun. In fact, there's even 1 or 2 YouTube videos. If you go way back to the very beginning of my YouTube channel, I did a couple of videos of us like setting up some of those. And she's probably like, God, I don't know. She's probably like 6 years old or something.
Oh, she probably had a baby voice.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I did like a couple of 1 or 2 videos of like showing how I set that up. And that was always a lot of fun. And
my favorite part was scaring the kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was so much fun. Like, and they all loved it too.
They would come back for more. They would keep coming in.
Yeah. And now, but I'm really tempted. Like, it took so much time, and it got to a point where I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore, because I mean, I could have, but like, I would literally take at least a couple days probably to get it ready and stuff, take off from work or whatever. And I was like, okay, eventually I was like, I can't do that. And part of it was also our garage. We had so much stuff in our garage. I remember like taking like a weight bench out one year. I think we had a foosball table, like all this kind of stuff I'd have to take out and pull to the backyard. Now the garage is like super nice, spick and span. We got those nice floors.
You gave the
now.
Things to Justin.
Yeah, I know. But I'm tempted.
They would know. Kids would be slamming into your cabinets and denting them when they run and they're scared. No. See, it's too nice now.
No. Yeah, I got my 3D printer in there. I don't know. I probably am not going to do anything this year. I'll do something in there. Maybe I'll set it up in there.
You're doing something?
You got to hand out candy somewhere. I mean, I might as well sit in the big, open, empty garage. I can put a couple of lights in there and scare some kids. I don't have to have a fucking walk through maze or anything, but yeah.
How are you gonna scare some kids and them just walking up to you sitting in the garage?
You're too busy drinking wine and getting hammered to notice. But Macy was like, yeah, there's other ones where it's just empty garage. You put on a scary mask or something. You just kind of like there's things you can do. You don't have to have a freaking full-on haunted house to do some scary stuff. Put on your stupid little ape suit and jump around like a crazy person.
Do you remember when I scared Kobe and his friend with that suit? It wasn't on like Halloween. I just put it on, and they were they were actually up here because this was his game room. He had a friend over, and I ran up the stair. I crawled up the stairs and like ran in here making ape noises. And I have that video. I still laugh till I cry because they screamed like little girls.
You have to show me that video. You have to pull that up for me later.
It was so funny.
Yeah, that's funny. It's fun. I've gotten like, I don't know. I'm leaning more away from like a lot of like super scary kind of stuff. Like there's a lot of like demonic kind of stuff. I feel like with the Halloween, which I don't like. But I don't know. The traditions are fun. Macy always likes that. The only reason I decorated the yard at all this year. Like I've got my lights and I'll flip a couple buttons on my smartphone, to change to Halloween colors, and that's it for me. But she was like, we got to put out stuff in the yard. So went and, I pulled out some boxes and let her and her friends, decorate the yard a little bit. And she's like super big on traditions,
Yeah, she is.
Like for every holiday.
Yeah.
Like obviously Christmas, but she got her Halloween stuff. Even on like New Year's, she wants to like toast everybody and be together. And
that is what I remember from my childhood. My mom always tried to like, when she was around, try to make the holidays really, really special. And that is like, if you think about it, it's like those big moments, those big get-togethers. Those like are your memories, the mundane, everyday, day in, day out stuff you don't really remember. You remember the significant stuff, but I did want to bring up something that we can get off Halloween. Do you remember when we were like dating and we were young and Kobe was probably like 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Maybe he was 4 or 5.
I know where you're going with this.
Well,
I remember.
Remember how like we had him out trick-or-treating and we went, into this really big neighborhood in Irmo because we didn't live in a neighborhood or something that was nice enough to like go trick-or-treating in. And we were in this neighborhood. I think it was my sister's neighborhood, her father's house. And this old man bent down to get the candy bowl and Kobe slapped him in the butt. And I will never forget that. He was big into butt slapping then. I don't know why. But he just slapped butts and that old man bent down to get the candy bucket. He was like, ooh. And I was like so embarrassed, but like laughing at the same time. Anyway, It makes me think about kids like saying the darnest things, when they come up for trick or treat,
Speaking of traditions and Halloween and everything, here's some hot takes, and I want to get your opinion on some of these. First of all, adult couple costumes are awesome and cute.
I agree.
I think they're freaking ridiculous.
I agree. I love it. Wait till you see VJ's costume that Mariko's making him. You can't say nothing bad about her. You done talked her up on the last one.
I could say whatever I want. I'm not saying nothing bad about her, but I mean, that's on him if he
I
wants
like
to
that.
let her dress it up.
That is what makes it fun. I mean, not if you're just staying in your house, but if you have young kids, everybody dressing up, or if you're going to a party, of course, you have to be in costume.
I think we did a couples thing once ever. And I was Jack from the Nightmare Before Christmas, and you were Sally. That was the only time I remember doing that.
You dressed up another time. You were a cowboy, and I was.
Damn.
You were a cowboy, and I was
a cowgirl.
Cherry pie. No.
Oh well, it's kind of like okay, cherry pie, like a. Yeah, I don't know. I guess okay. All right, I'll give you some.
Hold on, you dressed. Oh, hold on, let me go back. You dressed like a vampire once you had like a workout headband on, throwing your curly long hair.
Yeah,
back.
we're talking about couples costumes.
We probably had more and we don't remember.
Maybe. I guess it is fun if you're going out to Halloween parties and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I just don't want to go out to parties, I guess, anymore. I don't feel like dressing up. Definitely don't feel like dressing up as a part of some ridiculous couples thing and going to some party dressed up.
Did you dress up for when I was a handmaid? Because everybody dressed up. But we went to a Halloween get together that night in the neighborhood.
I didn't dress up.
Oh.
I think I was in the garage scaring kids doing the Halloween thing that night. I think that was the last year we did the haunted garage.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, quit being so boring and grouchy. Yes, couples costumes, love it.
I'll pass. All right, next up. Teenagers are too old to dress up and trick or treat.
Absolutely not. I just shared something yesterday about that. You better give them kids some candy. They could be out there smoking pot, getting blackout drunk, drinking and driving. God, doing worse stuff than that nowadays.
Yeah.
Give them kids some candy, and they dress up.
I think I saw your post or your whatever you shared about that.
I love that. I love seeing them do something wholesome, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think you probably changed my mind on that a little bit, because I think initially, maybe at one point, you have like some whatever 16-year-old kids coming up trick or treating, dressing up or whatever. And I'd be like, I'm too old. I wouldn't say that, but I'd be thinking like, man, I'm too old for this or whatever. But I think you're right. Like I think
yeah,
that's right.
because we were being ratchet and kids are different now.
Yeah. Well, they're not different. Kids are still kids. Kids still doing the same shit, but they don't have to be.
Well, it's not to the degree. We started way earlier. We were doing way worse stuff.
What do you think these kids are doing? The ones that aren't trick-or-treating are doing all the bad shit.
I'm going to say, yes, some, but I feel like it was a lot more prominent to be drinking and stuff a lot younger. It was early when...
It's just because you had bad friends.
No, it's not. Like, kids are truly kids are like talking about like Jesus. They're like Christians. They're like not afraid to say it. I mean, of course, there's some kids like that are doing stuff they shouldn't do and experimenting. But I feel like it was a lot more prominent. Like back in like I just feel like it was. But you probably thought that because you're like, yeah, I was out at parties drinking then. Why are you out here trick or treating? I love that they're trick or treating.
Yeah, no, I agree with that now. I do. Like I said, I think you've changed my mind out. Now I'm
as long as they're being respectful and not tackling little kids.
Yeah, being cool, being nice or whatever, and they actually dress up. Don't come to my house dressed like this and be like, "Can I get some candy?"
I don't know. I think that's happened, and I just gave them some candy.
Yeah, I mean, I would too, but yeah, I think you're right. Like just doing like being a kid. Just kind of being a kid because like that doesn't last very long. But I think there's still the same amount of kids doing bad stuff as there was when we were kids.
I don't.
You think kids have gotten better?
Mm-hmm. And they're starting later. Like they'll be like seniors in high school before they're like experimenting with stuff. Shit, I was done by then.
There's no way that's true.
Yes, it is.
Everything starts earlier, I thought, as time goes on.
No.
We were earlier than our parents. I assumed.
Ask any parents that have teenagers, for the most part, they will be like, they're way better than us. Like, we started in, like, it was like, for us, it was like middle school. We started playing around, experimenting
you were
with
extra
stuff.
bad. Because you were hanging out with Mariko.
Yeah. Blame it on her. There you go.
Maybe there's something to that. Maybe that's
the kids are staying on their phones.
Yeah,
they're
maybe
not
it's because
going.
they're all just staying on the freaking screens all day long. The same reason why
we were outside trying to find some trouble on a cigarette.
Yeah,
but,
maybe it's the same reason why like half of these kids nowadays don't even care about getting their driver's license.
Yep, same thing.
You know, they don't have to leave the house to socialize and stuff. They just do it all on their phones and on the video games and everything.
What's crazy, and this is what I've always said, and it's so true, because I remember, like, I definitely was rebellious, like, as a teenager, for sure. Like, you know, I had a good head on my shoulders. Like, I was always the DD, you know. I didn't do anything hard or, like, insane because I just always was the responsible one out of my friend group. But I definitely did things. I got pregnant early. I definitely was rebellious. And I would always kind of like look to the good kids. And you know what I'm talking about, like the jocks, which they drank and they did stuff. But you look at like the goody goodies, you know, is what we used to call them, the good kids or whatever. And I would always just kind of be like, dang, you know. But what I realized is when I, you know, experimented and like tried things or whatever, trying to like find myself when I was like young, I noticed that all those goody goodies that were just like from the naked eye, perfect, right? That didn't do anything, didn't get in trouble, didn't like try anything. They went buck ass wild in college. And I noticed that a lot of them became like addicts, you know, to like drugs and alcohol. Or, you know, and maybe they're fine now, but they definitely struggled with it because they didn't experiment or even try or do anything until college. And they just went like, like it was like Girls Gone Wild or, you know, Dudes Gone Wild or whatever, because they were just so in line in school, you know. And
it could be, I mean, that's kind of the tale oldest time there, you know, kids that are good, you know, once they go off, they go buck wild. I mean, I always hear about that. And maybe there's something to that, like, you know, experimenting and going a little wild while you're still under some form of like
supervision,
guidance or supervision, even though, you know, it makes life kind of hell
for your
for
parents,
the parents in that situation. But maybe there's something to that, you know, you kind of get through it. Then by the time you're in college or whatever, you're like, I've already kind of been there, done that.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. But I do see the kids now are older before they're like trying anything, you know, just.
Well, that's good. I mean, it
is good.
That's a bit encouraging.
It is
in a
good,
way,
but unless it's like what I'm saying and they're going to go crazy in college, you know, it does make me worry a bit.
And get off your phone, you know, get off the video game, go outside, like learn how to drive, get your license, be independent, like learn some life skills, you know, don't just sit in there and do that. You know, you gotta learn how to live a little bit. I think that's a big problem is a lot of these kids, like they don't even know how to conversate a lot of times that well anymore. Which is, you know, it's just the nature of, you know, online, online and everything. Okay, well, teenagers. So give those kids some candy.
Give them kids some candy.
On Halloween.
I don't want to see nothing like that.
All right, next one. Parents should be allowed to eat 40% of their kids' Halloween candy.
40%?
40%.
No.
I think I've already eaten 40% of the Halloween candy.
Yeah, you have.
That we haven't even given out yet.
Yeah, you've eaten all the M&Ms.
Oh my God.
It's awful. I opened I almost took a picture this morning or last night. I opened the trash to throw something away, and it was like 7 peanut M&M wrappers.
I'm out of control with this Halloween candy. It's crazy too because I'm very disciplined. I actually eat.
It's sugar.
I eat really well, but like chocolate in the house, like I'm just out of fucking control.
It's not just chocolate. It's like cookies.
Cookies I can't handle.
It's sugar.
Well, yeah.
Cake, pie, cheesecake, ice cream. I think you've gotten better with ice cream.
I can turn down ice cream now.
But it can be gross ass cookies. They could be like burnt or like the store. They're just disgusting and he'll still eat them.
I will eat a bad
You're
cookie.
a sugar fiend.
Yeah. I got to get that under control. That's why I just rather not have the chocolate in the house.
Okay,
man.
but like.
But it's, I can't. I don't
It's
know.
for Halloween, and now I have to go take inventory because I'm pretty sure, like, our neighborhood, you know, we have a zillion trick-or-treaters coming. It's a Friday because it's going to be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to have to
and
go,
I've been
like,
eating half the candy already.
yeah, 7 M&M wrappers. It covered, I almost seriously posted it. It covered the whole trash can at the bottom.
I think I was just stress eating because I was so tired from that damn trampoline.
You ate that last night?
It's probably a combination throughout the day. Yeah, I'm bad about that. The
yeah, and then this morning I cleaned up a Snickers wrapper off the couch. Like, it's like a little raccoon has been ravaging.
Just can't have it in the house, man. That's why we got to get through Halloween, get all this candy out of here. It doesn't even bother me if it's not around the house, but man, if it's in the house, I'm going to find it. You just got to hide it from me.
I did. I have my little stash hidden.
So you say parents aren't allowed to eat, aren't entitled
not that much.
to 40%?
I definitely think you walked around
20%.
that neighborhood.
20%.
Yeah, I guess
20% tax.
Just give me
especially if you have to walk them around.
Yeah, give me the milk duds.
In our neighborhood too, some of the parents they be handing out like
shots.
Jello shots.
Yeah, our neighborhood is very into Halloween. Lots and lots of kids, and the parents are ratchet. You know, it's like in a good way. Like every other house, they're feeding you Jello shots. So
yeah, it's
a good time.
So I might walk around. See, now our kids are older and like they don't really want you to walk around with them.
Do you remember the one year? This just jogged my memory that when a tornado touched down, like on Bar Road. It was trick or treat night, and we were out. I'll never forget because Stephanie's kids had on T-Rex costumes, the blow ups, running for our life because we were getting the alerts on our phone that it had just like touched down. And I remember, I think a couple of our friends were having to like call their husbands, like, come get us. You know, it was like raining. It was crazy. Do you remember that?
I do remember 1 year where the weather was really bad.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. All right. Well, times. Y'all be safe. Have fun out there on Halloween.
That's right. Check your kids' candy too for the weirdos.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm tempted now. The days like I just almost want to just like throw it all away and just buy her another bag of candy or something. It's sad you got to be like that, but.
And by the way, you know, her and her friends are doing like a matching theme. They're doing like a costume theme.
Yeah, that sounds like something a bunch of little girls would do. Teenage girls. 15. All right. We got a question we're going to get to, and then some wife-approved tech I really want to ask you about and see also what the audience thinks. First off, the question is from Teresa, and that's actually kind of tied together a little bit here. Teresa Langabeer. Shout out to Teresa.
Hey.
She says, hello, love the podcast and love you guys. Question, last week I actually suggested a smart home item to George for our place. Yes, there was one thing that he doesn't have yet. Now I just want to know what she requested because she doesn't say here.
Yes, tell us. Now I want to know. It has to be good if she requested it.
Yeah, and if like
what does George not have?
What does George not have is even the bigger question.
Yeah. We have questions about your question.
Okay, moving on. She says, has Caroline ever flipped the coin on you and suggested something smart tech for your home?
I think what it was, and you were right, you know, when we were preparing for today, I think it was the bed warmer.
The bed warmer?
Remember, that if the temperature were whatever, it was actually like a full mattress cover for the winter so that the bed would be warm when I got in it. And I requested that, I believe, and you had it automated, but that was like right after the wreck.
Mm-hmm.
And my back was really, really sore. Like, you know, it hurts now, but it was like all my muscles and neck were sore, and I had all those little cords and wires, and I could feel them, and it bothered me, but it was amazing to get in the bed.
For a while, for like most of one winter, I think we used it probably that year, because that was probably late fall.
I just think it needs to be a different style.
Yeah.
That one covered the whole mattress so you could feel every wire and was really uncomfortable.
So it was basically it was just a mattress warmer. You can buy these like things that go over your mattress, but I guess on some of them, on this one in particular, you can kind of feel like the wire, I guess, where the heat goes through, which is what she ended up not liking. So we're not using it anymore. But yeah, she did request that, which in it of itself, it is tech, but it's not really smart.
But you made it smart.
But I made it smart, which was Was that? I thought I heard something. Is that my stomach
Yeah,
growling?
it sounded like bats in
Did you
there.
hear that?
I heard
Oh,
the wings
man.
flapping.
So
You're possessed.
where was I? Oh yeah, the smart bed warmer. So yeah, it was awesome to automate. I was like, we got to automate this. I had it going off somehow. I can't remember exactly how I did it. It might have been time based, but like I had it come on. So like by the time we would go in there in the evening or at night, the bed was already nice and warm. Oh man, it was great. I loved that thing because I'm always cold. So I thought that was awesome.
But other than that, Teresa, I can't think of anything else that I've requested, truly. I mean, I think I always wanted under cabinet lighting, and we didn't have that. And I guess you could say you didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that would, I always just wanted that. So that might have been something I asked for. And that video is still like one of your best performing videos.
The first one I did. Yeah. I did a follow-up where I updated them. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm still using those under cabinet lights. So that may have been a request, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, the first time.
All right, so we need to know, Teresa, we need to update.
Yeah, so Teresa, you need to let us know what you requested. We'd love to hear that. And then I will say too, just a tip for anybody out there who might have a spouse that's not into tech. I think the common theme here is doesn't always have to be a smart device that they request. It could be any device. So like she wanted a bed warmer, I made it smart. You wanted under cabinet lights, I made it happen, but I made them smart.
Yeah.
Same thing. We talked about the patio lights a long time ago. You wanted patio lights on the back porch. Obviously, I made them smart. So that's kind of maybe how you can kind of slide in the smart tech, fulfill whatever request she has. Just get something that you can connect to your smart home in the process. All right, so now some wife-approved or not tech. I want to ask you about this and get your thoughts. Wife-approved or not 3D printers?
Approved.
Approved.
I didn't know what, 3D printers have been around for a long time. I always saw them when the kids were young, and I know it was like 4 kids.
When our kids were young?
Yeah.
They haven't been around that long.
Yeah, they have. They've been around. And because I always thought, like, what is that? I always saw like 3D printing, like in the ads, for Christmas and stuff.
Not like they are now.
You don't shop for Christmas presents. Don't tell me. Like, I'm telling you, 3D printers have been advertised for kids. I did not know what that meant. And I know that sounds so stupid. Like I'm an idiot. I did not understand what. Like when I think about a printer, I think about it printing out a piece of paper. I could not wrap my head around the 3D printing thing. I could not understand it.
We need to fact check this because I don't think they've been around that long. Like at least consumer grade, like in the mainstream.
I'm not saying
maybe you're talking about like some toy stuff.
No.
Like when our kids they have not been that.
I think you're wrong
for a long time.
Let's see who's wrong.
It's just really the last.
I have seen 3D printers advertised for kids for a long time.
Okay, well that's different than probably what we're talking about here. We're talking about.
Should I fact check you?
No, we'll do it later. We're talking about like 3D printers for adults, not little kids.
I think they've been around for a long time. I just think you have not paid any attention to them. I think you're wrong. I mean, they might be way better now than they've ever been, but they've been around.
They've been around for a while, but you're talking our youngest is 15. You said when she's little. So 10 years ago, you think 3D printers were not a common thing in your average household 10 years ago.
I'm not saying it was common. I'm saying they were around and I did not understand what they were. I didn't understand how it printed 3D, and I still don't even think I understood it when you got it. I remember just being like, oh, so this makes sense. I was thinking it was like printing. It's really like...
Well, it's gotten... So they, probably existed 10 years ago, but it was probably so... not advanced, but really complicated and difficult, like for you to be able to like just make stuff. Now it's just gotten very easy to use and pretty much anybody can do it. You don't have to have like any design skills or 3D, modeling capabilities or anything. It's very easy to use now.
That's cool. It's cool.
But you approve that.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised.
Yeah.
So I will say too, like full disclosure, I had really no interest in getting a 3D printer because mainly I thought it was going to be difficult I thought it was going to be a big learning curve to have to figure out how to use it.
I think it's intimidating.
A little bit without knowing. Yeah. I thought it was going to take a lot of time to figure out time that I don't really have, like I was just like, I don't have the time right now to dive into that whole world. And we had a company or an agency or something actually sent me one a while ago, and, finally set it up and was shocked at how easy it was to use. And I think it's super cool. Like, you can print. People probably wonder, like, what the hell do you use it for? And the reason why I ask you this week is because you just randomly, came up to me like a week ago. And were like, can you print me something for my lipstick? Right?
Yeah, well, that's because you printed something for our Q-tips, and I was like, "Oh, he's printing. Make me something from all my lipsticks fall everywhere." And
so, how does it? Do you like it? I haven't even asked.
But
you haven't said anything about it.
I like it. They sell them in the stores, but I just don't want to spend my money on it.
Yeah, when you can just make one right there.
I'll tell you my 2 icks with it. You ready for my icks?
With the printer?
Yeah. Number 1, I don't like you running that shit while we're asleep, and I don't recommend running it when you're not home. I think about house fires.
Okay, she doesn't know what she's talking about, but go ahead.
Anyway, I don't like the smell, and the chemicals that come off of it can't be good for you to breathe in.
It's not good for that. It's in the garage now, though.
Yeah, I know. And then, but still. And then I think about, we talk about being healthy, and like we talked a lot about the C word and all that. And, like plastic in general is not good. And then you have no idea what's like in those. What do they call that? What do they call the material?
Filament?
The filament. I'm like, what's in it? I'm touching it, breathing it. There's my ick with it. But I think it's in itself, it's very cool.
Well, it's just,
do you know what's
basically plastic. I mean, it's not like you're eating it or anything.
You know what I saw though this week that I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be the hot toy of the year, and it's at a local toy store where we live called Learning Express. They have 3D printed dragons, like this long, and they're like different colors. Some have wings. So I don't know if they're buying it from a 3D place or if they're like printing them themselves, but they're big. They're not like little, and they have them hanging on these little clips. I thought that was crazy.
A toy?
It's a toy, like a dragon, whatever. But I guess maybe like dragons are a thing this year or something, but they're 3D printed. Like that's how they advertise them. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of.
I want to get Rowan one.
Yeah, I mean, we could print some stuff. I mean, I do want to get a bigger one. So I have the small one. I'd like to get maybe a bigger one at some point.
Where are you going to put it?
In the garage. Go in the garage somewhere. But yeah, it's definitely come in handy. Like if you're somebody especially who, like me, likes to just tinker with stuff around the house.
Constantly.
Like, it's been really cool for that. Like last Christmas, one of the first things, I think it was last year, one of the first things I printed our Christmas tree, our giant Christmas tree was
brand
like
new,
unlevel or whatever. And I was like, I think I can do something about that. And I ran over to the printer and like printed, I found just a model of like a spacer or whatever, and just printed that to use as a spacer to level out the Christmas tree. It's like so many little things like that you can get into. And now I've been starting to get into like the organization. So I want to print like little just containers and separators and stuff for all those like toolboxes that I have in the garage now. Cause there's like 1,000 drawers, so I can like separate stuff. And that's what I was doing with this thing in the bathroom. That was my little test run. So I printed a little thing for like the Q-tips and the flosses and all the little things for a little bathroom drawer. That was my test.
Now, if you just clean up your side of the sink, it'll be good.
Oh, come on. Give me a break. Always find something.
I wish you clean as much as you tinker.
Oh, shoot me.
I had to throw it. I had to say it. Because you're in here building stuff for drawers in our damn bathroom, but your beard hair is everywhere. Anyway.
It is.
Good time.
Okay. All right.
Ain't.
We're not going there.
Say it ain't.
It ain't.
Okay, I'll post a little update for you.
I'm going to just leave all the beard hairs next time, and you'll see what it would look like if I didn't clean up. All right, guys, before we get into a Royal Rumble here.
A what?
A Royal Rumble.
You said Royal Rumble.
Oh, God. All right. All right, what has it been, an hour? That's more than enough time together. We need some space now.
Back to not talking for a week.
Yeah, see you next week. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for watching.
And thank you to Akara for sponsoring our podcast. We appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.